Hello, dear friends. I'm Fotini from Greece, and today I want to go deeper into in explaining what is currently happening behind the scenes about the two main energies, the masculine and the feminine, because those of you that you are working with yourself and you are working especially with relationships, you have a window of opportunity which is very, in actuality, is getting shorter and shorter by its day. It becomes narrow, and that's why I was called to do this video. Right now, the main archetypes, as I said in my previous video, you may find them. The two main archetypes, Venus and Mars, with the Sun in between them, are, let's say, traveling together into the sign of Capricorn, which rules, due to its internal ruler Saturn, the root chakra. And the root chakra is the foundation of building everything. Building your body, building a relationship, building your professional life, everything. But the main thing is that it's the foundation of your internal forces, the masculine and the feminine, in the sign of Capricorn, which the ruler is Saturn, and it has to do with Earth, with your Earth vessel. In between them, there is the Sun. The Sun is the consciousness. It's like it's the light in between them, shining upon them, of how these archetypes are within you. This hasn't happened for over 382 years. And it's happening now, entering into this evolutionary year, which is 2026, and it will continue to happen in the sign of Aquarius at the end of January. But the narrow window is till the first 10 days of January, because in that moment, between now and then, they are in the underworld. They are what is called behind the sun. We cannot see them unless we work with codes, we work with our subconscious mind, but not in the way you think, not in the way you think through affirmation. Because affirmation works when the foundation has already been placed, not when you are working or on putting the foundation. Now, the thing is that in 2026, both Mars and Venus will go retrograde. And that means that they are going to shape new synodic cycles. And so, if you don't place the right foundation now, you cannot actually know where you are building upon. We have been waiting for this formation in the sky forever. And if you are on the path of shaping sacred relationships, and I'm not going to use here any title whatsoever, because that's the point, that so many around the world cannot actually understand what they are talking about using labels, but the labels are the foundations. And so if you use label, then by definition, you are in a certain timeline. So you must forget everything that you know about these archetypes and about the connection, the labels of connection. Forget about it. You are in a new ground. You are shaping a new ground. And you have to identify your masculine and your feminine within you. Now, how can you do that? First and foremost, you must know your individual race. You must also know that Mars is not a sacred planet. That means that this is your personality, how you express yourself. But Venus is a sacred planet. So your feminine aspect now has, let's say, the greatest influence into what is shaping. But Mars, in this exact time frame, is renegotiating how a masculine should be in the new era. And this is very important. That's why Mars is with the Sun. And between the 7th and the 9th of January, they will be all three in Gazimi together. But right now they are walking together, and Mars is looking at Venus and Venus is looking at Mars, in between them with the light of the Sun, which is awareness, and has to do how do you see your internal masculine and how do you see your feminine, but how these have been shaped now, clearing your mind. Now, I'm going to, for those, of course, that you don't know me, I am a spiritual mentor and teacher for the last 25 years. And I'm sharing codes that redefines certain, redefines how we connect with these two parts of us, the feminine and the masculine. And the code is 244. This is the code. 44 is the code of Shambhala. It's the code of peace. And 2 is the code of the second ray, which is the ray of Aquarius, which is the love wisdom. So 244 code is an audio archive which you can have. I'll send it to you via wind transfer, if you so choose, so that you can align your two forces within. Because Mars is not a sacred planet, but right now, under the influence of the Sun, is redefine himself, and the Sun is the ruler of the heart. And so the masculine is now connected with the heart, because you cannot have sacred relationship of any kind, and this is another code, code 13, which is also available. I will put all the codes in my in a certain position in my channel so that you know all the codes. And so if the masculine isn't centered in the heart, the symbol of which is the sun, he cannot shape relationship of the new era. He is only acting out of insecurity, out of perseverance, out of need, out of wanting to have a ground control and all of this. But when he is connected to the heart, he is free. And it's not about relationship as in the form of romantic relationship. This has also have to do with the masculine must regain the control of the structures. Because the structure that we are having will change. They have to, because they are placed there for eons, and now it's time to change. And only the masculines that are heart center can do that, and free, not out of fear. So I will come back again explaining more. You can check your own chart from an esoteric perspective, sending me a message so that we can see how you can work with your own chart. And please remember, please, you won't have this opportunity again, because everything is happening in cycles. And if you want to start something new now, you have to have a new foundation. Thank you very much.